Alright, Shalom Yasharala. Before we get started, we're going to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rachak and double honors to the apostles, the bishops, and the elders of Great Millstone. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect. Back another video, another lesson. The title of this one's going to be called The Men Today Are Sodomized. Or I may change the title, The Men Today Are Feminized or Effeminate. Alright? And as you see, I got this picture. Look at this shit, man. Alright, niggas. Alright, niggas in skirts, man. Alright, and it should be no surprise, but at the same time, it's like, man, Jake is wilding out here, bro. Alright, and then you got men painting their nails and wearing, which we've been, starting with, the men of the Lord been seeing this stuff, starting with our apostles, bishops, and elders, of course, and to the brothers on down. They, when they came into the truth, they been saw this stuff, seeing the industry, men wearing dresses and dressing up as women. All right, but these niggas got on mini skirts. All right, this is the new thing, I guess, and this is in Atlanta. All right, figured that. You know what happens in Atlanta. You got a lot of, the LGBT community out there, man. That's all I'm gonna say. All right, and I'm gonna play this video, this clip. All right, listen in.
You go black tee, you go eye skirt, you go tights, black hat threes. I would go eye polo, eye lace skirt on the bottom.
So apparently this is the new fashion trend for men. Can somebody help me understand? Because I think I may have missed the memo here.
You go AR and drawers.
And this is why the Lord is gonna come and destroy all wickedness, man. That's wicked. Men aren't supposed to be wearing what pertains to a woman. Let's try to get that real quick. I know it's in Deuteronomy. All right. Let me see. Is this 17? No. I know it's in Deuteronomy where it speaks of, a man's not supposed to wear, what's a woman's clothes, and the woman not supposed to wear a man's clothes. Let me see. If I can't find it, that's all right. But I know it's in Deuteronomy where, matter of fact, we can look it up. Let's look it up. Pertain to woman verse. Oh my gosh. Deuteronomy. Okay. Let's get Deuteronomy 22. All right, and verse 5 highlighted. And it says, the woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man, neither shall a man put on a woman's garment. All right, this is a woman's garment. This shit right here is what a woman will wear. They wear the skirt, the dress. That's something that they will wear, not a man with a mustache or a man with a beard. I'm just leaving out the gym. I'm thinking there's two women walking in. That's a whole transformer and another. It's a transformer and a woman walking in, and this nigga face looks like a straight woman, man. Got the glitter and you know how they look. But I'm thinking it's a woman, so you gotta be careful out here, dealing with. And look at these niggas' feet, dealing with these people. Feet big as hell, legs are hairy, right? This is the shit that goes on, but this is Babylon. Babylon means what? Or Babel means confusion. This is a land of confusion, man. You got children thinking they can, be the opposite gender. You got the same sex dating each other. You got people, sleeping with animals. This is what happens in the land of confusion. And that's why the Lord is going to come, you know, the Lord Yahweh Shai, that's his name, he's going to come and burn this place, man, along with the nuclear missiles, right? And I got this video right here. This says, he's comfortable in a tutu. My BM, which means baby mother, let my son pick out a tutu and wear it to school because that's what he wanted, but he is a boy. She should be implanting that in his brain, not letting him think he can do whatever he wants. And that's true, man. You know, as a parent, you're supposed to tell your son, no, you're not supposed to wear that. That's for a woman to wear. You're a boy. You're supposed to be wearing boy clothes. You know, putting on pants, putting on, you know, being outside, getting dirty. That's what a boy slash man is supposed to be. You know, women wear those type of things. Women play with dolls and they wear tutus and dresses and things like that. Not a little ass boy, man. You know, but I'll play a little bit of this.
Son, man, take that shit off him, man. Your ass tweaking.
He's comfortable in a tutu.
Man,
so
I don't want to hear none of that shit, bro. Take the tutu off my
What
son, gang.
the fuck? How
You weird as hell, bro. Trying to make my son be a fucking girl. He not that. He is a boy,
I'm
gang.
not making him be no girl.
He a fucking boy.
wanted to wear the tutu, so I let him wear
Man,
it.
go take that shit off my
No.
son. You got me fucked up. I ain't
You
finna keep
you
playing with
making
you.
him feel bad about himself. Why are you doing
He
all
should.
this? No. What the
Fuck.
That's weird as hell.
You got my son, bro. You got my 10-year-old son in a tutu, gang.
He's
In a
comfortable.
tutu.
He's comfortable.
I don't
in
give a
tutu.
fuck who comfortable. Fuck
That
is you
shit
talking
weird.
about?
That shit weird.
Why would you do that? Why would you let him pick that? He's a boy. I
Why?
told
'Cause I
you.
need to- he needs
Wait
to
on me to
express
go
his-
to the fucking store. He ain't need to express nothing, gang.
Yes,
He don't need to
He should
express
be able to
nothing at
express
all.
himself, however he needs to be expressed.
Man, you keep playing with me. I swear, you got me
I'm
fucked
not
up,
even
man.
trying to play
Don't take
with you
that
or
fucking
make you
tutu off my
mad.
son. You trying to justify this shit? Ain't shit to
I'm not trying to
justify.
play or make you mad. I'm just saying.
You know, and it does start, you know, at home. The parents are supposed to be telling their children, you know, not to what not to wear and what to wear. As a boy, you're not supposed to be wearing no tutu. As a girl, you're not supposed to be wearing a man's garment. You know. But this is, like I said, a land of confusion, a land of Babylon. You know, this is Sodom. This is the spiritual Sodom, and we'll get that. Let's get first Ecclesiastes 1:9. All right, because this is nothing new, right? I believe it's 1:9. Yeah, this is Ecclesiastes 1:9. The thing that hath been, it is that which shall be, and that which is done is that which shall be done, and there is no new thing under the sun. So it's really nothing new. You know, this was happening back, you know, in ancient times, especially during, you know, with the Israelites in our captivities, Greece, Rome, Babylon, you know, the Median Persians. This was always happening, man. Jake taking on the ways of the heathen and doing it themselves. Is there anything whereof it may be said, see, this is new? It have been already of old time, which was before us. There is no remembrance of former things, neither shall there be any remembrance of things that are to come with those that shall come after. So this is nothing new, man. You know, everything that we see is not, you know, it's nothing new. This happened before in old times. It's just reincarnated back into the earth, right? Let's get that Revelation 11:8. Okay, and it says, and their dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city. What's that great city? That great city is speaking of America. All right, which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt, where also our Lord was crucified. Spiritually called Sodom and Egypt. Now you see how this is Sodom. We're gonna read about what happened in Sodom. How was Sodom? It's gonna be the same way, bro. I'm telling you, everything that we see is just reincarnated. All right. America spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt, man, because of Egypt. This is bondage for the Israelites. This is our captivity. We're here being, you know, we're here being held captive. You know. Let's go, Salaka. Let's go read what happened in Sodom. Let's go read about that. This is Genesis 19:3. I'm gonna start at 1. And I'm gonna go straight to the point. I'm gonna go to 3. It says, and he pressed upon him greatly, and they. Man, I'm start at 1. All right, the doom of Sodom. It says, and there came 2 angels to Sodom at even, and Lot, which is the nephew of Abraham, sat in the gate of Sodom. And Lot, seeing them, rose up to meet them, and he bowed himself with his face toward the ground. And he said, behold now, my lords, turn in, I pray you, into your servant's house, and tarry all night, and wash your feet, and ye shall rise up early and go on your ways. And they said, Nay, but we will abide in the street all night, because they were there to do a job. They were there to destroy. When you read into this chapter, they were there to destroy Sodom because of the wickedness. And he pressed upon them greatly, and they turned in unto him, and entered into his house, and he made them a feast. And he did eat, and did bake unleavened bread, and they did eat. But before they lay down, the men of the city, even the men of Sodom, compassed the house around, both old and young, and all the people from every quarter. And they called unto Lot and said unto him, Where are the men which came in to thee this night? Bring them out unto us, that we may know them. And how do you know somebody? They were speaking of getting to know them, not to talk, but to, they want to do some things, right? And Lot went out at the door unto them, and shut the door after him, and said, I pray you, brethren, do not so wickedly. Behold, now I have 2 daughters which have not known man. Let me, I pray you, bring them out unto you, and do ye to them as is good in your eyes. Only unto these men do nothing, for therefore came they under the shadow of my roof. And they said, so lock in my brightness. And they said, Stand back. And they said again, This one fellow came in to sojourn, and he will needs to be a judge. Now we will deal worse with thee than with them. And they pressed sore upon the man, even Lot, and came near to break the door. And they said, Man, who is this? Who is this guy? He came here, a stranger, and he trying to judge us, right? But the men put forth their hand and pulled Lot into the house to them, and shut the door. And they smote the men that were at the door of the house with blindness, both small and great, so that they wearied themselves to find a door. And when you read it, Sodom and Gomorrah and the five cities got destroyed, right? It says, if you read down, then the Lord Yahweh rained upon Sodom and upon Gomorrah brimstone and fire from the Lord out of heaven. And he overthrew those cities, and all the plain, and all the inhabitants of the cities, and that which grew upon the ground. So the Lord destroyed Sodom, Gomorrah, and the rest of the cities that were round about it, man. You see, because of the wickedness that was taking place over there. Same way we're gonna do today, right? The Lord's gonna send those nuclear missiles. All right, it's gonna rain upon, America, man. Right? We can read about it real quick. Is it 9? Revelation 9:15. The 4 angels were loosed, which were prepared for an hour, and a day, and a month, and a year, for to slay the third part of men. And the number of the army of the horsemen were 200,000. That's 200 million. And I heard the number of them. And thus I saw the horses in the vision, and them that sat on them, having breastplates of fire and of jacinth and brimstone. And the heads of the horses were as the heads of lions. And out of their mouths issued fire and smoke and brimstone. Speaking of those nuclear warheads making their way to America, Babylon the Great, man. Okay. Let's get this last one. This is Romans 1:26. It says, For this cause the Most High Yahweh gave them up unto their vile affections. Let's look this up. See what vile affections mean. All right. Let me see. This is vile, dishonor, ignominy. Not the best reader. Disgrace. Okay. Dishonor, reproach, shame, vile affections. Wherefore befalls one, whether it be sad or joyous, especially a calamity, mishap, evil affection. See, a feeling which the mind suffers, an affliction of the mind, emotion, passion, deed. In the New Testament, in a bad sense, depraved passion, vile passions. And what the Lord gave him up, he gave up he gave them over to their vile passions, man. It says, for this cause the Most High gave them up unto vile affections, for even their women did change the natural use into that which is against nature. You had women sleeping with women, men sleeping with men, and likewise also the men, leaving the natural use of the woman, burn in their lust one toward another, men with men, working that which is unseemly, and receiving in themselves that recompense of their error, which was meat. You see? So the Lord gave them over to vile affections, and it's what He has done today. Look at these. He gave them up to their vile affections, man. There's nothing new. Okay, they just wicked, niggas that's reincarnated back into the earth, doing the same thing they were doing back, in ancient times. So the men today are sodomized / feminized. They're effeminate. All right, Salakia got cut off. But we was finishing up in Romans 1:26. Go back and read that. Yeah, I'll make another verse real quick. It says, this Romans 1:26, for this cause the Most High gave them up unto vile affections. And look at that word vile affections, meaning vile passions, vile dishonor. Let's look this word up right here. It means public shame or disgrace. All right. It means shame, humiliation, embarrassment, mortification. Excuse me. All right. Dishonor, disgrace. Look at that word affection. Pathos in the Greek. All right. An affliction of the mind, emotion, passion. In the New Testament, in the bad sense, depraved passion, vile passions. All right, so the Lord gave, Jake up to their vile passions. The lusting after, women with women, men with men. I'm here to tell you, it says, for even their women did change the natural use into that which is against nature, and likewise also the men, leaving the natural use of the woman, burn in their lust one toward another, men with men, working that which is unseemly, and receiving in themselves that recompense of their error, which was meat. You see? And as you see today with these, the Lord gave them up to their vile affections. And as we read in Ecclesiastes 1:9, there's no new thing under the sun. They done this back in, in ancient times. You go to, especially in, during the Greek Empire, where Jake really got wild. But I want to get one more, bring out one more. Is Isaiah 19. And 14 says, the Lord, whose name is Yahweh, hath mingled a perverse spirit in the midst thereof, and they have caused Egypt to err in every work. Therefore, as a drunken man staggereth in his vomit, the Lord has mingled a perverse spirit. Let's look at this word perverse. All right, perverse, distorting, perverting, warping. All right, look it up. Warping. This has become or caused to become bent or twisted out of shape. No, caused to become abnormal or strange, have a distorting effect on. All right. This is good. A trait in a person's character that is considered abnormal and unacceptable. Okay, so the Lord has it's a perverse spirit in the midst of Egypt, in the midst of America, man. All right, and it means to bend, twist, distort, to be bent, be bowed down, be twisted, to commit iniquity, do wrong, pervert. So the people in America are committing iniquities, and committing perverse acts. Let's see what the NLT says. It says, the Lord has sent us a spirit of foolishness on them. So all their suggestions are wrong. They cause Egypt to stagger like a drunk in his vomit. You see? So this is the what's the word I'm looking for? This is the result of being in a land of confusion, man, in a land of nothing but harlotry, wickedness. All right, this right here, niggas wearing skirts, but Louisville was edifying. I may change the title around. The men today are feminized or effeminate, but Louisville was edifying. You got something out of it. We don't give our praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rachakwadash, and double honors to the apostles, bishops, and others of Great Millstone. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect. Louisville was edified, and Louisville will be back with another one. Till then, I'm going to say, Shalom.